The new year is upon us. 2022 is long gone, and I can safely say it was one of the crazier years of my life. In case you missed it, we capped it off with a month-long wrestling training course down at Flatbacks with Breeze and Spears and put out a whole ass documentary about it. The response to it has been genuinely amazing, which I really appreciate. But I was like, how do I follow that up? Like, I put out this hour-long, professionally done documentary, all this crazy shit. And then my next video is gonna be like, I put Max Danger in universe mode and this happened. Like, but there were a lot of really good just like comments and questions on the documentary itself. So I thought I'd do just a little casual follow-up, kind of talking about the training and the documentary, all that shit. Plus, we haven't done a sit down like this in a while, and I like doing these. If it was up to me, I'd probably only do these. So one of the definitely coolest things that I've read quite a bit over the last couple of weeks is people saying like, hey, this inspired me to go to wrestling school, like this pushed me over the edge, but whatever. Which first of all is cool as hell. Like that's far and away the best part of this job, is trying to like inspire people to do shit that makes them happy. But I also saw it as maybe a good opportunity to drop a little like heads up on some stuff that maybe I wish I knew before I started. Let me give an example. We all know bumps don't feel great, right? You don't even have to take one to be like, oh, that doesn't look great. But I was very surprised to like feel the specific differences, like the difference between a good bump and a bad bump. So I took a ton of body slams throughout training, right? Just a lot. And most of them were okay, but some of them just didn't feel right. Cause you can't always, with the angle, you can't always be like super horizontally flat. So sometimes, you know what I mean? So then I took a suplex for the first time and I'm like, oh God, this is gonna feel worse. Whatever that bad one felt like, this is gonna feel 10 times worse. And it didn't. It was like so much easier. Like I'd take a suplex any day over a body slam. Because you would think the body slam, you're like here, and then it's not a lot of distance. But then the suplex, your feet all the way up. You know what I'm saying? It's straight, and then it surprised me. It really did. Also, if you do go to wrestling school and they do have a chop day, you don't have to do it. You should not have to do it. Some people are like, oh, this is hazing and like unsafe bullying, and that is absolutely not the case. If your trainer forces you to do something that you're genuinely not comfortable with, that's a bad trainer. But everybody that was in on this surprisingly had a lot of fun, myself included. Oh, also in case you didn't notice, on a little practice match situation we had on the documentary, a few of those moves I hit might look a little familiar to longtime viewers, and that is because it was very important for me to stay true to the character in a lot of ways. Because otherwise it's kind of like what's the point? If I said like, I want to wrestle, right? And then I come out as like Chris Dougson from Albuquerque. You know, it's like, who cares? Like, I don't even care. And that would be me in this scenario. Because to me, personally, I think the coolest thing about the whole Danger situation is like the story itself. Dude loves wrestling, gets over 1 million people to buy into his fictional character, and then works to become said character and brings into the real world and all that stuff. And maybe I'm a little biased, but I think that's a pretty damn cool story. So the plan right now is to tentatively So the plan right now, tentatively, is I think I'll be going back down there like early February, keep getting some reps in and keep working on the craft and whatnot, and hopefully do some really cool shit in 2023. In a perfect world, I think my first official match would be like some point later this year. Probably a good bet that it would be at DPW, unless something crazy happens before then. But this year is going to be really big in terms of like setting the foundation for, you know, the next chapter of my life, basically. And as far as this channel goes, I mean, AEW Fight Forever coming out soon, whatever that means. 2K23 probably coming out soonish. There's more wrestling games coming out later in the year. Like, there's gonna be a lot of really cool new wrestling gaming content, so I'm not even worried about that. But until then, I'd love to throw in some more IRL stuff, maybe some sit-down stuff like this or whatever. So if you guys have any suggestions for, you know, topics of some videos like that or whatever, let me know down in the comments below. I appreciate you guys so much. Happy New Year. I hope your year is full of positivity and just good, great, awesome greatness. Literally, just greatness. I'll see you soon. Peace.